Operation Combat Bikesaver gives veterans and first responders a chance to build and customize a motorcycle. People of all skill levels are encouraged to jump in, lend a hand, and pick up a few new skills in the process. But OCB is about more than turning wrenches and hanging with your bros. This group finds satisfaction in helping out their brothers and finding the gold that lies beneath the rust.
We don't want new motorcycles. We want old, beat-up stuff, because it's that metaphorical thing where you've got a veteran or a first responder that's kind of been beaten up and forgot about, a little rust on it. Same thing with a motorcycle. So you got those two things that need resurrection, and you put them together and they resurrect each other.
I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and it's a lot easier working with other veterans because we kind of come from the same background. Everyone kind of speaks the same language.
Just the camaraderie of hanging out together with guys that served the same way you did. We signed that dotted line. Some made an ultimate sacrifice, but others made mental sacrifices. And that's what the main part of our project is taking that sacrifice and that mental strain that you have those 6 days a week, and for you to leave that behind. There's 22 suicides a day, roughly, is the national average of veterans that commit suicide. We want to try to relieve that and help people realize that there is a struggle mentally after sacrificing spending time in a military branch or being a first responder. Those people have seen horrific things. There's a lot of mental anguishes and things that happen that we need to help relieve that and help those people come home to being normal again.
Here, there's no pressure. It's not a formal setting where you're sitting down with a doctor and you're expected to talk about stuff. Being a combat veteran, I have tinnitus and PTSD. So before I found OCB, what a lot of guys do is they try to get formal treatment, therapy, get on medications. They just kind of isolate most times, and then sometimes they even self-medicate with drugs and alcohol. Which is basically what I did. I just kind of isolated, self-medicated. I was more worried about school and work and just being a good dad. Then I ran into these guys and I started helping them out. It started helping me more, helping other people. We found that the best remedy is going out and helping people, because then you're bringing back that selflessness and that unselfishness, that military ethos we try to embody. Helping others, and then in turn you get that gratification that you helped somebody, that you did something good, and then in turn helps your self-worth, and overall in turn it helps your outlook and the way you live your life, and helps you be productive.
We're all coming together and doing this for everyone else, helping these veterans and stuff. It's a community thing. There is no I, it's we, it's us, together. It just keeps on rolling, It's the whole I do a good thing for you, you do a good thing for me, you do a good thing for that person, and it just keeps going. If you're going to come into this program and think that things are just going to happen for you, or not, you have to come out here and show up on a build day and work with the guys and just jump in.
Put in some work on somebody else's bike and get to know the process and kind of get their feet wet a little bit. I actually started off as a volunteer, and then I became the bike candidate, as well as the director of public relations. And this isn't like a one-time thing where they come out, they get the bike, and then they fix the bike and leave. We want this to be a relationship. You're working towards a goal just like you were in the military, and you start building that camaraderie. With that camaraderie comes trust. And then once you trust someone, then you start opening up. So this is just, the bike is nice, but really the focal point of this program is the relationships and skills that you learn in the process of building that bike.
We're always troubleshooting and trying to figure out ways to just make something cooler. We're always on task, basically, but we're still all goofing off and talking smack to each other, goofing like we did when we were in the military. We're being distracted, basically, from our negative thoughts.
When you're in the military, you have a cause. There's a reason for you to be there. And then, all of a sudden you're discharged or you go home and it's just kind of like, what do I do now? As a veteran, it's difficult to find that sense of purpose again. So just staying productive, staying proactive, that's by far the best remedy.
From finding this new family, in a lot of ways that's kind of how a lot of the candidates and volunteers feel, is that now they have this new family that we all hang out together, we're having our bro time, hanging out, doing stuff, is that now they have this new thing and these new people that they're hanging out with that are like-minded like them, and they have a blast and we're laughing, and that hanging out and that process that they've gone through, even if it's only 8 hours on a Sunday, they carry that the entire week with them, that residual effect of going through the entire process of building a motorcycle with a bunch of guys, and then this became family to you too. So you have all that too. So then when you go out with your motorcycle and you get to share that with the world, you have that ability to almost pat yourself on the back, kind of like, wow, I did this, and people like what I did, and I did this like as a team, and I had a huge hand in building this. And now I have this cool thing that I get to share with the world. And now, if I want to, I can stay here and come out on my free time on Sundays or whatever and help teach what I learned or work on somebody else's bike. I can give back a little bit. We need this. So I'm gonna keep it going, and I'm gonna keep pushing away at building cool things with our guys and hanging out with them. I love being here. I just wanna be out here building bikes. Everything else, I can handle the other days of the week or whatever. My Sundays working with these guys, I look forward to it more than anything.
As a nonprofit, OCB is always looking for donations of labor, tools, complete motorcycles, or those old parts collecting in your garage. Visit them to see how you can help support their mission.